Bueno, ahora estamos de vuelta en nuestro juego llamado Sable de Grove Fury. Parece ser que es un poco de exploración a través de un paisaje un poco desolado, o desiertos, para ser más exacto. Am, Somos como buscamos piezas, algo así tengo entendido. Mucha introducción. O tengo que, creo que tenía que presionar algo. O está cargando. Creo que estaba cargando. Shitworks. Tiene un arte un poco simple, simplificado. Sin nada de sombras. O sombras planas de momento. Todo esto podría ser sombra. Sí, ahí sí se ve algo más. No, y me daría miedo entrar a un lugar así. Otra vez tengo que presionar algo. Pues no sé si coincidió. Pues start the ceremony. Movernos clásico. Mover la cámara clásico. ¿Qué es eso? Dash. Saltamos. Podemos escalar. ¿Qué tanto podemos escalar? Ah, ok, podemos. Ok, presione solo el de correr. También puede subir, ok. Sí, ya me di cuenta de eso. Juego. Te tardaste un pelín. Puede hacer sequence breaks. No sé. Hay cosas que obtener ya desde aquí. Y que me ande pasando por... Ay. Crouch. Creo que todo lo demás está a 60 cuadros, solamente el movimiento del personaje es el que se ve acartonado. Hay fall damage explorando. No. Pues vamos a donde está esa sprinting. Vamos a donde está ese humo. ¿Qué pasa cuando se acaba la...? Ok, tampoco es que disminuye, que nos pongamos... Tampoco es que nos detengamos a tomar el aliento. I can feel JD smiling behind her mask, just as I know she can feel the... Ugh. Dando presión en el botón. I'm nervous, and she's softly, sweetly amused. In her eyes I probably have very little to worry about. You know you have nothing to worry about, don't you, Sable? And yet, I shrug, but any attempts to casual are fruitless. The movement is jerky, and I don't think I have ever been more aware of my little shoulders. She laughs. I mean it, but I don't know how you are. You're going to be nervous until you have started, and then you'll act like you have been doing it your whole life. You remember the first time you rode a bike? You won't even let me put you on the seat. You were so afraid. Your hands were like little claw rippling onto me. I feel the memory in my fingers. But then I promised you it was going to be alright. I told you how much I had loved riding my bike as a young woman and how wonderful the wind felt through fabric. Suddenly there you were. You sat down, you leaned forward, and put those little rasping claws on the handles, and you were off. And I remember thinking, just watching you tear over the sand. Look at her, she can do whatever she wants. Jetty reached out and placed a hand on the edge of my mask. And you can, Sable. I take a break. A break. I don't know where to start. Jade's story warns me, but I feel too overwhelmed to let it settle. I tell her with a sigh that I don't know where to begin. She chuckles. Well, I can help with that. You'll need to talk to Hylas and Grace. Grace should already have made the arrangement for your bike, and Hylas will share something. Well, let's say as usable as it's fun, huh? I think I might suspect what Shade is saying, but I stay quiet. After that, I suppose we will see you off. I'll be back soon. I'll tell Daddy I'll be back soon. Sable, don't go planning your return before you have even left. Take all the time you need. It's a big decision you're making out there. I tell her that's why I'm so eager to make it, to choose well and quickly, so that I don't go too far down the wrong path. Whatever you decide, you do so with my blessing, so don't consider using me as an excuse to come home early, eh? She knows me. Now go speak with Hilal. I'll be there to see you off. And speak to Riz as well. I have told him to arrange your bike with Ciso, but you know how he is. I have something to give you, a compass to help you on your journey. It's the same one I use on my gliding, artifact you might say. I take the device in my palm. It fits naturally there, perfectly weighed and crafted. Each component slides together with incredible satisfying precision. Thank you. I need to complete the task. ¿Esa es la hora? As I approach Hilal, they give enthusiastic wave. I have always appreciated Hilal's verb and vigor, and on a day like this I'm ready to match it, with a touch of nerves for balance. Sable, take this. Hilal hands me a small round stone, as it nestles into my palm. I felt a warm, not borrowed from Hilal's hand, but emanating from within. I run my thumb over it and find it softly electric, like a static on cloud. What is this? I try to sound less confused than that I am, but ask Hilal what this is. Oh, Sable, you can live without it. What I have just given you is a gliding stone. What do you feel? I tell Hilal that I feel electricity. Then you're doing it right. What you feel in that stone is openness. I look at the stone. It seems quite close. Gliding stones are vessel for the perpetual. They suck up its power like a little sponge and hold it there for you to channel. Right now it's empty, or dormant, and waiting for you to fill it up. I ask how I can do this. Take it to the temple ruins at the edge of the canyon. You'll be able to activate it there. Hilal claps their hands twice and bobs a little. I appreciate their good mood at a time like this. Come back to me once that's done. I want to hear all about it. As I am about to leave, Hilal stopped me. Oh, you haven't gotten your bike yet, have you? It's a bit of a trek to the temple. So go say grace. He was meant to get that ready for you, yes? I remember Jihad's word now and tell Hilal I will go and see grace. Que estaba ahí abajo, supongo. Ese. ¿O no? Ah, es que ya me está apuntando a la hoguera. Though I have told myself not to be too eager, it's all I can do to not raise up to Grace. Grace is the camp manager. It has been difficult to get a hold of lately, but now I strongly suspect that he's been working on my bike in secret. Perhaps it's extra beautiful or has some custom feature? What will his name be, I wonder? How fast will it go? Will my legs feel sore or will I get used to it? Grace turned with a bit of a start. Sable, hello. Jade sent me to speak with you? Did she? What about? I tell him it was about something special and then make a leading gesture, slowly trying to be perfectly cool and confidential. But I can do it. I'm too keen. The world spills out. I ask Grace if he might, sort of, possible, maybe have a bike for me. Your bike? He yelled. It's like an idea he just had. Your bike, yes, of course, right, yes, your bike. That I was meant to... that I prepared for you, because today is your... Did you forget? In abject horror, I gently asked if he might have forgotten. What? What? I will never. It's... obviously I have your bike. By which I mean I arranged it for you in a... well, it's sort of a tutorial for you. A tutorial? Yes, exactly. A learning experience. You see, Sable, before one can own their own bike, they must prove that they can ride a bike by taking a test ride on a different bike. I think about it and find I have never heard of that part of the gliding. But the Grace does seem earnest. Sort of. So instead of worrying about your bike, I would like you to ride this bike as a test. Grace gestures to the sand scutter at his side. It's quite old and a little shabby. A tester if ever I have seen one. What's the bike's name? Gris seems scandalized. That's a bit personal, don't you think? Just stand squatter will do for now. Youngsters these days, always asking questions. Now, ride the bike through the ring and back. And here's some advice for you, my young glider. Don't fall off. Ok, a ver. Aquí están todas. Activate, spoke. Ok, pues ahí es diferente. Y tengo que más inventario. Clothing. Trousers. Not best for climbing. Que está acá el clothing, de hecho. El quest. Tengo un mapa. Ok. Tengo las opciones, ok. Déjenme ver. Accelerate. Clear. No leí lo demás. Ah, eso es. Scrape, ok. Get off. ¿Puedo salir en movimiento? Sí. Ok. Tengo que mantenerlo presionado, ok. I should spectators. Ah, no, ese sí. Pues sí, no creo que me dejen hacer otras cosas. I return to Greece, who somehow managed to seem caught off guard despite knowing I was coming. Sable, congratulations! How was your first pre-glide ride? Any strange rattles, unexplained hissings, small fires? What do you mean fires? Surely you'll notice if you were on fire, even a little bit. Was that a possibility? Well, obviously it didn't happen, so I think we're fine. Grace, is this bike dangerous? Well, he doesn't finish. Have you already been by Hilo? I am not getting a bike. Well, you're getting the use of this sun scholar. That's something, huh? You can borrow it to run your little errands. My little errands? And Hilal's got something to show you too. Help you out with more of that, or mobility you're after? With my confidence in this exercise only lightly tarnished, I thank Gris very much for his help and his bike. And I depart for Hilal. Que ya lo vimos. Así que supongo que vamos a... lo del altar. Que era hacia allá. Por ese arco. De nuevo arte peculiar. Bueno, además de que se anda golpeando un montón y anda vibrando un montón el control. Siento como si esto se fuera a desarmar en cualquier momento. Ya que voy hasta allá. Sí, de por sí esto siento que... Supongo que lo puedo dejar aquí, ¿no? Eso puede ser una zona para escalar. Sí, de este lado no hay nada. Ok, eso se ve interesante. Órale, órale, no quería subirme ahí. Supongo que hay, de todas formas. Ok, pensé que no iba a alcanzar. Acabó la primera mitad como que muy rápido. La energía, quiero decir, la estamina. No, no puedo hacerle tipo Breath of the Wild, salta. ¿Qué es eso? Sham egg. Nada. Offered up by chums when planting themselves into the ground, perfectly smooth and hard as a rock. These eggs seems to float with how light they are. There must be a good place to deliver this. Ok. Extrañas criaturas. Esta también. Es una persona aparentemente. Con alas. De nuevo. De haber fall damage estaría muerto. Ok. Este juego es mucho de exploración por lo que estoy viendo. Introspectivo. Incluso me atrevería. Ay, bien, las escaleras. Bueno, está bien. Explorando los... De hecho, creo que ni siquiera llegan hasta abajo. Explorando los límites de las habilidades. Ok, creo que no puedo hacer nada más aquí. Podré intentarlo. Yeah, cool. Pensándolo bien, esto parecen escaleras. De momento no veo que haya de premio. Si es que lo hay. Creo que de hecho ya es para salir de aquí, ¿no? Ah, espérense, hay algo ahí abajo. Pero sí, también es como ya para irse de aquí. Algo, currency. Ok. En serio, como que la primera mitad se acaba muy rápido. Pero bueno, ya estoy aquí. ¿Por qué el uso de máscaras? The stone groans like the beats of a heart as I approach the altar. Am I afraid? Yes and no. I am ready for Urgana to know me. I am ready to know myself. I feel her curiosity. In this secret place I know I am in your sight. Pues no sé lo que sea, pero ya se anda cargando. Y algo me está envolviendo. Y algo me está llevando. De hecho, ¿dónde está? Por eso las alas. Show highlight that activated gliding. Tiene sentido. Press A and hold. Ok, no le salieron alas como esa otra cosa. Por eso no han reconstruido este lugar. O no del todo. Parece que esas partes de madera sí es. Supongo que derecha. Ok. Bueno, sí, no estamos volando. ¿Dónde estaba la moto? Ahí ya. Ay, me espanto. No, ese es el cambio de que se oscurece. ¿Habrá algún peligro durante la noche que desconozco? Sigo sin ver una moto. Regress asked me a series of increasingly strange questions before I make an excuse to take my leave. Ok. Un lado, ¿cómo paso? ¿Qué hice? Salté sobre el objeto seguramente. When I return to Hilai, it's clear they know what I just experienced. They are excited on my behalf in a way that makes me miss them before I have ever left. Isn't it incredible? How does it feel? Strange. I'm a little queasy. I tell Hilal that there's something a bit disorienting about it, and that I haven't quite understood how best to use it yet. Well, don't worry about it. There's plenty of time, and before long you're going to be floating off cliff sides with impunity. Is that so? Trust me, you're going to love it. Hilal's mood doesn't darken, but the sigh they let out holds a bit of sorrow. You're very lucky, you know. I miss it so much, that feeling. Just floating on the breeze. But I suppose it's best that it fades with age, charm. Or else I may never have come back from my gliding. I'll just be out there heaving myself into chasms. Is that really what you'll do? They think about it. Why not? If I had the power, why not use it? I know people manage to keep it up, but I don't know where I got the time to practice as much as they do. Takes a really serious focus. Hilal laughs, even if there's a bit of regret in it. And I certainly haven't got that. Still, I suppose the gliding won't mean much if it were all gains and no loss, huh? I think about that, but decides that there is already too much loss on my mind to consider it much further. I am saying goodbye to my clan, my family, my home, my childhood. To lose the perpetual is a sacrifice for another time. You're going to love it out there, Sable, even when you don't. My advice, try to have fun. There's a lot to be said about ritual independence and all of that out there, but the world's an easier place if you put joy first. I thank Hilal for that advice and for their help, and tell them I will miss them. It will be over before you know it. A warning and a reassurance all in one. I say goodbye to Hilal. Before I go, Hilal gestures toward the tower. It seems he so wishes to see me before I leave the clan. Ok. Ya me va a dar la moto, todavía está preparándola. Sigo sin ver una moto. No. A esa torre, ok. Vamos a ver. A esa señal todavía me falta. Acá. ¿Qué es eso? No puedo abrir eso. Sisu is a outcliner to the Ibixi, but I have known her for nearly as long as I can recall, and think of her more as a kind of distant relation than any sort of outsider. Machinists, I'm told, are given their posts, and by their training and their code, must go to where they are needed. But Sisu has been among us so long that it's easy to forget it's an assignment first and foremost. As far as any of us are concerned, she's one of us. I think there is a perception among the other clans that the Ibexi are quite insular, or that our designation of Ibexi versus outclanners suggests some nervous outgoing of those who are unlike us. But in practice, such things are more the result of our nomadic nature, We seek to know who will travel with us and who we must leave behind, but all are welcome to join. And I'm always pleased that Caesar did. Sable, how do you do, grandchild? I can only think of one thing. Very worried. I am really getting a bike. Caesar has a growly quality to her voice, and it grumbles through her mask when she laughs. She's quite a serious person most days, and I'm always torn between pride and alarm when I manage to make her chuckles. Yes, Yadi told me how excited you were. Caesar sniffs. She also told me Grace will be coming along to get your bike together, but I think he might have... I knew it. What? I hadn't meant to say that out loud, so I tell her I was just clearing my throat. I don't begrudge his forgetfulness. Were I tasked with so many odds and ends, I may be just as a scholar, and besides, this will be good for you. I want you to scavenge the hoverbike parts yourself. I am going to make my own hoverbike. I asked Caesar if I expected to make my own hoverbike. No, you are not going to make your own hoverbike. You are going to build your own hoverbike. Yeah, what's the difference? To make suggests you are creating something, but your bike already exists. They simply haven't taken form yet. Here, take this. The navigator. This is a navigator. You can use it to mark waypoints in your compass. It should be useful in finding the old parts. I asked Caesar where I might start looking. Our bikes are reborn in the ruined ships, in fragments spread apart. A good start will be the ship down there near the camp. You'll find another up on that great rock, near the other side of the canyon, and another behind the old dam on the hill. Use your navigator to mark that down if you need. You'll need to gather a control panel, a power supply, and a calibrator. Do most gliders make their own bikes? Graves make? I asked Caesar if most gliders really make their own bikes. Only the lucky ones. I tell Caesar if I'll see her soon, and head off in the search of components. Together we will create something new of the all. Ahora, ¿cómo hago? Using your navigator. Press RB. Landmarks. Ok, hay uno. Dijo en la torre. Y dijo por allá. Supongo que agrego. Y hay otras cosas, pero de momento así estoy bien. Ay, me ando equivocando de botón. El área. The balloon was more fun than the person in it. I approached the cartographer. Ah, greeting, child. I saw you quite longingly at my great balloon. Quite a piece of work, isn't it, true? Longingly? I clarified that I was looking curiously and that balloons aren't exactly my ideal vessel. The newcomer shrugs. Fair enough. I suppose when you can ensconce yourself in a peaceful little bubble and float down from the sky, the balloon loses some of its charm. But I'll serve your curiosity, and I give the balloon a approving note so that he doesn't feel too bad. Well, good to meet you, and I should introduce myself. I am Jordan. I tell him I am Sable. Suppose if you have come all this way to see me, it's probably a map you're after, Sable? Do I need a map? Do stacks below look like pigs? I have no idea, but contextually I assume the answer is yes. If you're living on your lighting, Sable, you'll definitely need a map of the Eager, at least. And I'll set you one for only 50 cuts. To my ears, it's a fair price for a map, but too expensive for a pre-gliding glider with empty pockets. I'll tell Jordan I'll be back. I need to ask JD for some money. Very well, child. Ok. ¿Por dónde empiezo? Supongo que por allá. Ah, mi moto. Digo, si voy a estarme moviendo va a ser más rápido. Bueno, no, mía no. La que estoy tomando prestado. Hay más personas de las que pensaba. Déjenme, voy a comprar el mapa ya que tengo suficiente. Okay, who are you? How is that Samian managed to contain so much chaos and burn so small of a form? Even now there is something troublesome being removed behind that mass. I know it. Faltaba que me grapase aquí, ¿no? Rito. Y acá hay algo. Huesos. Huesos muertos. Atomic Calibrator. Hey, aquí hay un Calibrator. Seguramente mejor que el que voy a conseguir. Quizás. Posiblemente. Ok, muchas luces. Algo que pueda tomar prestado. No parece. No he visto unas escaleras. Lo voy a necesitar para mi viaje. Vamos a pedirle algo. ¿Qué es esto? Vastos, logging in. Hello, Sable. Great message, sir. Have a good day. No, pues... Gracias. I told JD that the cartographer wants 50 cuts for a map of the Ewer. I try to edge the way I speak about this, as I am not entirely sure whether that's too much or not enough or precisely its value. She told me not to worry. Here, some money to get you going on your journey. Use it mostly wisely, and then a little unwisely when the mood strikes. It's good to know the value of money, but you never want to be ruled by it. I thank Shady obviously and heads out on my way. Okay. Espérenme. As she looks across the landscape, Seki's shoulder sags a little. I wonder what she's thinking about. What are you looking at? Seki's voice is quickly incredulous. I don't know how she's done it. That's a lavaria over there. I follow her gaze to a little speck in the distance, which is, I now understand is her daughter, Elaria. Do you want me to get her back? Seki shakes her head. No, she's fine, and I'll get her. I'm just... She shrugs. Parenting. I suppose I'll know more about that when I'm older. Elaria. I want to be a carnogrammer too. Parenting. ¿Qué edad tiene entonces? Greeting, child. I will be by the map. Perfect. Let's grade then. Confirm. I thank Jordan for the hour map and all its vast possibilities. Something about this makes it feels more real. Good luck on your lighting, Sable. I'll still remember mine. I asked how it was. Sure, I knew since I was a boy that cartography was for me, but I spent a little extra time out there. Just enjoy the world. Speaking of, keeping an eye up the skies, huh? Plenty of my college out there, and they'll have more maps to sell you, from Hakoa to the Zodic Boys. I thank Jordan for the tip and say goodbye. Farewell, child. Was completed. You unlock a peace map. Órale, sí se ve. No sé si útil, pero detallado. Ok, este es el que veo. Y este también. Y estamos como en una... Sagrados en un... ¿Cómo se dice? Una cima. Con ese. Ahí es donde está la moto, entiendo. Ok, pues sí, lo que me queda más cerca es este. Vamos, ¿dónde está la moto? Para allá. Y sí, ya vi. Fast gravel. You have unlocked a piece of the map. You can navigate to the... Ah, pues se teletransporta conmigo la moto. Ok, ok. Interesting. Ahí están mis puntos que puse. ¿Qué es eso? Ah, sí, el huevecillo, ¿no? ¿Qué es esto? No, no puedo tomar eso. ¿Habrá algo ahí agrega? Déjenmelo pruebo un momento. No, creo que no se puede subir. Creo. Aquí. ¿Puedes subir? Sí. Más fácil de lo que pensaba. Y sí, creo que no se ve nada desde aquí. Esta supongo que es las ruinas de donde llegamos. Se ve muy tecnológico. Ahora sí que, como dicen, nos estrellamos en este planeta o qué. Todo funciona demasiado bien. There's nothing of use to be found in the ship, but I notice a blinking light flashing on the dashboard of the cockpit. Push the button. A voice crackles from the machinery in front of me. It sounds like a recording. It's barely audible. Stop messing about with those buttons, you absolute idiot. Sorry, Gramin. Concentrate. I don't think I have to remind you how much work it was to get this far. We're almost there. Alright, let's see if what that old machinist told us about holds up. If not, there will be hell to pay. I hear the sound of mechanical adjustment being made. The clicks, buttons being pressed, perhaps? Okay, when I push this orang thing, pull that lever. Hard. Just ramming. The sound of a click and a loud run before a snapping sounds. Oh, on Roxana's mask, not that hard, you have done it all. Suddenly, the speakers are filled with static and a low rumble that gradually increases in pitch. And then the sound of someone cheering. It worked! We are flying! More cheering. Is that the sound of someone dancing? Okay, let's focus. This thing is moving fast. We need to slow it down a bit. How do we do that, Ramin? Let me check the machinist's notes. A long pause, the grumble static sounds that start playing when the ship took off is still increasing in pitch. Ramin? That lever, Toma, the one you just ripped out. We are going too fast, we are going to crash, we need to cry too. The recording cuts off there. Okay. So I get there was nothing of my interest here. Creo haber entendido que... ¿Qué fue eso? La niña. Are you looking for a calibrator? Very sweetly I asked Saima if she means the calibrator I found in the cave underneath the camp. She doesn't look happy with me, which I take to mean I have done something right. Ya me la había escondido. Qué bien que me dejaran la moto ahí. ¿Puedo escalar esta cosa? Creo que no. Supongo que depende el material si puedo escalarlo o no. Dinero. ¿Y cómo subo por aquí? Por ahí. Quizás. Es posible. ¿Hay algo aquí? Sí, otra de esas criaturas extrañas. Nada más aparentemente. bastante extraño. Ok, vamos para acá. Ahora. Ok, supongo que es eso, de hecho. Ah, es esto. Ok. Ya decía yo que estaban muy encerrados en esta zona. Wait. Todos los lugares solo hay 20. Por lo visto. ¿Dónde dijimos? Hasta allá, creo. Va a ser un... No veo cómo escalarlo de momento. Ahorita... Ah, ok, ya. Ahí está. Eso lo explica todo. Supongo que ahorita déjenme le doy una vuelta. Sirve que veo si hay algo más por aquí. No. Bueno, al menos no cerca. Supongo que empiezo por aquí, el ascenso. Pero si es así, también lo voy a dejar para la próxima, que yo llevo un rato aquí. ¿Quieres el juego? De momento sí. Vamos a ver hasta dónde. ¿Qué más se ve después de este tutorial que está siendo un poco extenso quizás? Hasta la próxima.